Welcome to All Horse Racing All the Time. I'm Alan, your host. How to play Royal Ascot. Well, we're going to be addressing some ways to wager if you're playing those races. They seem like impossible situations where you have sometimes 25 or more horses in these fields. I have some of my viewers writing to me, "Oh, Alan, I got crushed. I'm not even going to bother with this. What do you do? How can anybody win at this place?" Well, I'm going to give you some betting strategies here for taking on this big place. Gigantic fields, 5-day event. Well, today is day 3. I've been handicapping this since 3 in the morning. It's just about 6 something, about 6:30, just after 6:30 now. I actually got started on it last night. For seven race card to be putting that much time into it, that's insane, but you just have to because of the variables, and you got a possibility to make some money. I'll start off, we'll jump right into it. We'll start off, how do you address these races? I'll begin by saying this is not a track to be the hero. By the hero, what do I mean by that? For those players that say, those $50 win players, $100 win players, even a $20 win player, they're focusing on picking a winner. At a place like this, it's a recipe for disaster unless you get really lucky. It's almost like playing a scratch off. Even if you have a good horse, there's chaos in every single race. Jam-packed fields. I mean, just one misstep, somebody cuts somebody off, you got a bad trip. You talk about the Derby being a challenging event. Now you got horses, more than 20 horses in a lot of these fields. And you got such good talent. They're coming from all over the place for this event. And if you look back at the last couple of days, there must have been a lot of long faces at the track because we're seeing $50 and more horses. Even if you get the winner on top, you get a horse that pays 20 something to place. Even the exacta is a tall order, let alone the win position. We're seeing some favorites go up, down in flames. Just yesterday, 2-5, whatever shot went down, it didn't win the race. So how do you do it? If you're going to play it, you want to have some fun, I'll give you a strategy here, and I had some nice hits over the last couple of days. I did have the winner in the last race. I give out my selections every day for multiple tracks, and I've been covering Royal Ascot for all these events, and I did give out that 10 horse in the last race. On top, my top selections, I usually give 3 selections for each race, sometimes 4. And my stone cold top horse, the 10, did win yesterday, paid over $30. And I had the winner in the earlier race that paid 8 something, right? So out of 7 races, 2 winners out of 7. At this place, that's not bad. So we're ready to go today. But with that in mind, and another thing, some people ask me, Alan, the fields are so big. Why are you only giving 3 horses? Or for these races, can't you give some more? No, you can't play them all. I'll give you a starting point. I give you my top 3 for the races. What do I use? How am I going to use those 3? I'll usually use them something like this, and this is something you might want to do, especially if you're a larger player that's dumping a lot of money on a single horse or 3-horse exacta box. In this case, when there's 20 horses or more. That's really not the way to go unless, you could take some stabs if you play multiples. But here's what you do. They have some good wagering options there. They have an omni play. That's kind of a grinding play. I'm not going to go into that right now, but that's an betting option where you can, get one horse and get it with some others, and any of the combinations can come in. I think the Quinella is a very strong play at this track because say you have a few good horses. Say you're going to put $20 into a race, and you're just going to bet a horse to win or stab at a couple of them in an exacta. A trifecta at this place. I'm seeing $1,500 gigantic trifectas. If you want to make some money, have some fun here instead of just getting crushed every single race and thinking that you have really no shot, well, you do have a shot. What about the Quinella play? I think that's one of the key plays at this track where you can get it turns out to be less than the exacta, but with the big bombs that are coming in, you can get some nice payouts even for $1 or a couple of bucks if you say you pick your top 3 horses that you like best, or maybe you want to pick a few longer ones and make them your key and then spread down the line. You get rid of the ones that look like they have no real shot to finish it all. I mean, even if you do like a 3 with 9 play, you're 3 in the first position, you're 3 in the second position, along with a bunch of others. and get some long ones in there, that is a way to get a nice payout, Even some of these quinellas, even for $1, are coming in for close to 100 or more. And that way you get some money back. You don't lay out a lot of money. You could make you could cover some nice plays. You could do a couple of different combinations like that, and get a nice hit home. And if you want to look for the bigger payout, you can do the same thing with the exacta, even if it's for $1. Take your horse, put a couple of them on top, or 3, maybe even want to go 4, and go down the line. It can get a little bit expensive even for $1, but your payout at this track is going to be gigantic. And that's much easier. Say you put $40 into your play, whether it's a $2 play or $1 play with massive coverage, and you have which gives you a good shot to hit. That gives you a good shot to hit the quinella. The nice thing about that is it's almost like an exacta box. You're going back and forth. Whereas with the exacta, you just got your key horses on top have to win. But it's a nice option, the quinella, and you can have fun with it. Takes the pressure off. Just do the handicapping, look over the races in advance, get them done, get that out of the way, get rid of your tosses and spread it out, and bet low, cover high, and you still get a nice return. Even you put 25, 30, maybe even $40 into the play. Hey, and hitting, and you get back, say you put 40 in and you get back 80 or 70, that's a $30 profit. Instead of you take that $40 and you just throw it in there and you lose your $40 instantly on a horse that, you saw a 6-1 and you see one of these 20-1s or 15-1s come out on top and your horse is nowhere to be found. Maybe he got blocked. Maybe he just didn't have it. And they have a lot of sneaky horses in there. Even any horses that are running at Royal Ascot, they're well meant. They're well meant. So don't dismiss the long shots. They're there for a reason. So you spread out and you get your nice return, sometimes a big return. If you put a couple of, say you want to do one of those quinellas and you use 3 your key horses, you find 3 longer ones that are like 10-1 or more, use them as your 3, and then you spread out in the second position in the quinella, and then you can get balloons even for a low price instead of just losing your 25 or $50 on a win play, which is, you might as well be throwing at a dartboard, even if you put your $50 on a 3-1 shot at this place. So keep that in mind. So quinellas, exactas, omnis, look into those. I'm just, you may not get rich, but you have a good chance to make money, have a lot of fun, take the pressure off, get rid of the aggravation. Because this place, let's face it, this is a festival. This is an event. You got King Charles now. You got the guys with those top hats, and everyone's there. It's more of an entertainment thing, where instead of going in there expecting to make money, well, that's my thing. That's why I have this channel here, why I'm out here bringing you new information selections every day. I look at this not as a spectacle, not to see the king. I look at it as a way, how can I make money at this thing and have fun watching all the festivities at the same time? So keep that in mind. What do you think? What's your strategy for playing Royal Ascot? I want to thank everybody for watching. Have a great day today. If you're playing the races, best of luck and bring it home and win big. May the horse be with you.